Moving on into the last game of the day, because we did have one team drop, so the Titans, they do get a bye this week. A pretty intriguing game of the week. Outlawz and the Wrecking Crew. Now, the Outlawz, their schedule from here on out, they face the bottom feeders. From here on out, their schedule gets pretty tough. Well, first of all, can the Wrecking Crew duplicate what they did last week against the Horns?
If they run that RB option the way they did on y'all and just embarrass you, I mean, they can't. I mean, they do have to try to do something to get. They need to get their passing game going, that deep attack. But I mean, if they can at least just stay consistent with what's working for them and what worked against you guys. Because I mean, that honestly was, you know, I know y'all have a little bit of holes in defense, y'all struggling in secondary, but y'all's defense isn't that bad. And I mean, they ran an RB option, they ran it pretty effectively. So if they can at least keep that going and try to implement a couple of, you know, long completions, I think they have a legitimate chance.
Now, they went with two quarterbacks. Silk, like you said, found the view last week. Jimmy did not play. Who do they go with the quarterback? Do they stay with Silk and Deshaun, or do they just keep Silk there and let him do his thing?
Man, you know, I said in last week's show, when you got two quarterbacks, you got no quarterback. But they had it work this past week.
Silk got on that P90X.
Silk got on the Fountain Youth. Shout out to Silk, man, old man Booth. You look fresh out there, man. Maybe you know, DNPs earlier in the year is really helping you out. But yeah, you look good out there. But Deshaun played well also.
He did.
You know,
played very well.
You know, with their two-headed monster, and it's weird because normally when you have two quarterback system, you have two different kind of quarterbacks.
Right. And
they're really the same type of quarterback. Deshaun's like the new version of Silk. You know what I mean? So that's what's kind of odd. But if you kind of think about it, it's not really having two quarterbacks in it. It's really having one type of quarterback. So you're really having one quarterback,
fresh legs,
just fresh legs.
Right.
So
it was just a new look, and honestly, I think it's not going. Somebody's gonna game plan. I mean, it'll be stopped. They're gonna have to change it up, especially with him being the same type of quarterback. But for right now, just like with the Wildcat nonsense, the Wildcat came in, Miami came in on the Wildcat, couldn't nobody stop it because they didn't see it.
Right.
So the Horns, they weren't expecting that, so they came in with this, you know.
Well, this isn't nothing new. It's just it's basic RBI option.
But they're just like, okay, well, there's, you know, two quarterbacks in the game, like,
right.
It kind of threw them off. You know, they weren't expecting it. Yeah, but now teams are going to definitely, you know, keep a lookout on that, especially because honestly, I don't think nobody saw them beating the Horns except for themselves.
Yeah, because I didn't see it, to tell you the truth.
Well, I mean, with you at corner, I could see how that.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, I thought they were playing well the week before.
They have been playing
well, actually,
well.
I'm sorry. Against the Titans, they didn't play well. And that's when I was really disappointed. But before then, you know, even in the preseason, they had been in every game except for the Titans game. Even against us, we only beat them in the preseason 14-12. So I could kind of see it, you know, coming. But you know, they have some athletes. They got great coaching. Shout out to Will. Shout out to Hector. Like, you know, I guess it was just eventually a matter of time for they're gonna put something together. And you know, with y'all, you know, the combination of them putting it together and you guys having a lot of people out, you know, they snuck up and they played a good game. Can they duplicate that this week against the Outlawz? I don't know, man. The Outlawz are playing really good ball right now, and I just, until I see the Outlawz, you know, you want to say, you know, I'm a big person that you just play the schedule. You know, and that's all the Outlawz can do. They're just playing the schedule. You can't say, we're playing the bottom feeders, that's why they're undefeated, or that's why they look good, but they're just playing their schedule. So now this is...
Earlier in the season, they did lose to the Titans.
That's right.
And they play the Wrecking Crew this week, they play you guys next week, and then they play the Horns in the last game of the season. So their schedule gets tough from here on out.
Right.
We're really going to see what the Outlawz have to offer with all of those athletes that they have on offense, and we're definitely going to see what they have on defense. Do they have enough corners to contend with what the Wrecking Crew have to offer?
I honestly don't know. with this new little, you know, 2 quarterback system they running with?
Because essentially, I think the wrecking crew they're running with essentially 4 receivers right now.
Right.
You got your center going out, you got your trips on one side, and you have to contend with RB option.
Well, you have the Lucky, you have Taj, number 3, Cannon. But then other Lucky running back can play corner too.
Okay.
He played high school in corner, so and I'm pretty sure. I mean, with the amount of athletes they got another. I think that number 14 he plays. I think that's
14, number 6.
Number 6. Number 6 plays receiver, but I'm pretty sure
I've seen him play corner a couple of times.
So I mean, they're loaded with athletes. So if they can actually game plan against the crew and cover that. And you know, if Dog can hog up the middle like he always does, you know, it's really gonna be a test to see if the wrecking crew are for real, more than, in my opinion, if the Outlawz are for real. I think the Outlawz are for real, no question. You know how they come out this 3-game stretch, whether it's 2-1, 0-3, or 3-0. I still think they're for real and can do something in the playoffs.
They're definitely a threat.
It's to me this game's more of a test to see if the wrecking crew are for real more than the Outlawz.
I definitely agree. Like, and not to piggyback off of what you said, but I mean,
but to piggyback off of what I said.
I mean, I can't even, man. I don't even want to talk, man. I can't even.
So you just gonna let Mark punk you like that?
You gotta get the door again. No, you good? Okay.
I mean, you couldn't have said it, you know, any better than that. I mean, the Outlawz, I mean, they were a pretty good team last year, and they added some athletes on top of what they already had. And I mean, and it's proven that it's been effective. You know, they show, you know, different signs. The crew, they're, you know, they've added a couple athletes, but they still seem like they're at certain times still trying to get steps together.
Right.
All it takes is one mistake to mess up their whole morale for the game, and that's been proven a couple of times. Certain people on their team can't play under pressure, and they gotta get that monkey off their back, because you're not gonna have a game like they did last week every week.
Yeah, you never know, they can pull a Tim Tebow and pull it out every week.
Tim Tebow did not pull it off.
What you got this week?
Ooh, man,
it's a toss up, right?
This is a toss up. And I'm not
my team because I don't.
I'm not picking the upset this week. I definitely think the Outlawz they have the athletes, and I think they have a lot more athletes than the wrecking crew do. No disrespect to the wrecking crew, but I think the Outlawz take this one.
Come on, man! You've been doing this whole jinx pink thing. Everybody been talking about it.
For upsets.
Wait.
Upsets.
But it's almost as big as, you know, my whole really thing, and now you want to go away from it. Come on, man.
Sir, I think you're just trying to up your percentage points.
Really?
Cotton. Go ahead, sir.
Man, something tells me, for whatever reason, as much as I'm telling you the Outlawz are for real, something wants me to pick the crew.
Well, pick them then. I mean, it gets kind of boring that, you know, my picks get piggybacked off of every week.
Your picks don't get piggybacked off, boy. First of all,
trust me, it's gonna get tough next week, and you're gonna lose a couple next week.
Bet I won't.
Okay.
Max, I lose one, if that. Guarantee you, I have a better pick record than you.
Who you got, sir?
We could put lunch on it. Don't worry,
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna go out on a limb on this one. And
you going with the old man?
I'm gonna go with Silky Silk. You found the Fountain of Youth. See,
no takebacks.
Can you count the Fountain of Youth 2 weeks in a row? Like, maybe it might take like
Tim Duncan, KG, they
might take like 4 weeks now. Man, and this is no disrespect to the Outlawz. I think you guys are for real. I just need to catch one up on him, and I'm not worried about you catching up.
He's just gonna spontaneously combust. I mean, you ain't got to worry about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick upset special this week. Crew. I'm gonna go with the crew this week.
Going with the crew.
Going with the crew.
Okay. So you think they actually gonna pull this off?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm letting them right now.
This is more. I need to change up.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think they're capable. I still, you know, in my heart of hearts, what I've seen all year, I think the Outlawz are gonna win the game.
at this rate, I think you just might get second place.
How you figure that? He's 2 behind me.
Oh, you're only 2 behind?
He's 2 behind. He might be 3 behind me.
I thought he was okay. My bad. He's 3 behind me.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you do have an outside chance.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come up these last 2 weeks.
He about to be the rank of the league.
Those games will be taking place River City Christian Academy, 5810 Blanco Road, 78216 for your GPS. No rain expected this week. Kind of expected it last week, and it held on. Definitely sunny skies this week. So should.
Can I change your pick?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
I can't change it?
No, sir.
Why? The game hasn't happened.
We've already wrapped up our matchups for this week.
The game hasn't happened yet.
But we've already wrapped it up, sir. We've already wrapped it up.
Silk, hold me down, Silk. Hold me down.
Remember what happened last time you picked Silk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just checking, sir.